Hi Pisces, how are we this week? Just doing your weekly reading. This week we are sort of looking at career and finances, starting off with, important messages, what you need to know right now as well. But I do also have the Lovers Oracle with me so we can get some cards for romantic love. Okay, but please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate that. But also running a competition at the moment so that you can win a free reading. If you would like to enter that, all you need to do is leave a comment on one of my videos. For a bonus extra points, you will get a second entry if you do leave a comment letting me know where you've actually come across the YouTube channel as well, whether you're someone who's come over from TikTok or, you're a personal friend, or if you have found the channel some other way. Okay, but getting sort of started for you. This week we are using the Oracle of Shadows and Light. That is an oracle by Lucy Cavendish. The Lenormand deck we have this week is the Blackbird Lenormand as well. And like I said, that Lover's Oracle. Okay, getting into it for you, Pisces. Pisces, what does Pisces need to know right now? Important messages for Pisces. What's going on for our Pisces? Okay, so we did have, I believe it was Gemini that got this first card on yesterday's reading as well. But we do have the Pink Lotus Fairy. That one does say it's a time for spirit. So really focusing back in on yourself, maybe a time for you to be meditating, as you can see that fairy there doing. A time for your spiritual self to be coming out and exploring your spiritual side, exploring the spirit realm of you yourself. So, those deeper beliefs that you're holding on to, things like meditation being very important, opening up to, any spiritual belief systems at this time. It's the energy is definitely there for you at the moment, Pisces, to be exploring your spirituality. Okay, we also have the three witchy sisters. That one says the power of three. So, I feel like for a lot of you, this is talking about, I'm hearing, what is it? That phrase that's a religious phrase, because we do have that spiritual card there as well, and then we're seeing the power of three, which anyone that does know anything about witchcraft or paganism, there is a common law, the threefold law, where everything that you're putting out into the universe comes back upon you three times. So if the more that you're putting out bad energy, that's going to actually come back on you three times. Whatever you're putting out. So it's kind of like the rule of karma, I suppose, there. But there is also the Holy Trinity, right? The Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. I've heard it in a few different ways as well. But there is a lot of power with three, the number three, the triangle kind of imagery there. So there's something definitely coming through for you, Pisces, in regard to that three being a powerful number for you at the moment. So you may want to even meditate on three. There may be something for you to do with the power of three for you at the moment. That, like I said, for some of you, it's going to be more related to the karma threefold law. And then for others of you, it may actually be, that more religious belief of Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. It does also allude to, I have also heard the three spoken about in regard to the idea of heaven, hell, and then earth in the middle. Or heaven, hell, and purgatory. A lot of people obviously believe that purgatory is that middle ground, and some people count that separately. But there's something coming through in regard to one of those things for you here, Pisces. So whichever one of those is kind of resonating the most for you. It could also talk about, three's a crowd. There's three main players in your life, yourself, and then two people around you in your energy at this current time. So however that's resonating the strongest for you, there's something powerful going on at the moment with the power of three. okay, around you at the moment, Pisces. So and we do see the three witchy sisters in that cards, and very feminine energy, emotional energy. So there may be three big emotional things happening this week, three different emotions you're getting pulled in between as well. But we'll delve into that a little bit here with the Lenormand and see if it wants to expand on what that may be about. Okay, Pink Lotus Fairy and three witchy sisters for Pisces, please. Pisces, what does Pisces need to know right now? Okay, and clarifying that third card. I nearly said clarify the third cloud for Pisces. Clarify the third card for Pisces there, please. Okay, so firstly we have the coffin here, Pisces, which is, that death and rebirth, endings bringing new beginnings for you in your life. For a lot of you, this is going to have to do with your love relationships, your heart space, because we do have the heart following that up here. So there may be an element of, needing to, close the door on some stuff when it comes to what's going on in your heart space here, Pisces. Time for you to actually be really, that time for spirit. So time for you to be sitting there quietly and speaking to your heart and asking your heart, which direction you want to go, what things in your life do you hold love towards, do you hold love towards yourself? Because it does talk about, that unconditional love and needing to, close the door on things, the death of certain situations in order to rebirth into brand new energy here, Pisces. So there may be some things going on that you're needing to sort of, close the door on past love, things, situations or people that are no longer serving your highest good, in order to, stir up that new energy and have that new beginning coming through with that coffin here. Once again, we do see that, I did mention potentially meditating, taking time to yourself with that, a time for spirit. We're seeing a similar message here with the Tower. The Tower really does talk about taking time in solitude to really stop and, ask your heart, what does your heart want? Where is your heart leading you? Really focusing on your heart space at the moment. So for some of you, there may be the need to focus on your heart chakra. So when we're doing meditations and things like that, there's a lot of really great meditations that do focus on heart chakra, heart space, kind of love, energy, all that sort of stuff. So you may want to focus on something along those lines. But we do see with that Tower that the Tower really does, it's taking that time to ourselves, spending time in solitude, going up into your tower and locking yourself away until you are able to recreate stronger foundations, especially with that coffin there too. It's kind of like talking about, ending this tower, smashing this tower to the ground so that you can have a brand new tower that's built out of those same blocks, those blocks of yourself, of your life, using all those blocks to rebuild this tower and rebuild it in a stronger way, stronger foundations in the future for you here. We do also see the sun clarifying that tower. So the sun overall is, the happiest card in the deck. So it does talk a lot about happiness. But with the Tower there, clarifying that Tower, it really is talking about, taking that time to yourself so that you can have these personal revelations of what exactly is going on for you here, Pisces. It really does sort of bring things to light. And we see you here in the Tower, climbing up to the tippy top of that tower, closer to the sun, closer to revealing those things within yourself, revealing where your heart truly lays with certain things, where your passion, your ambition really does lay in certain things, revealing all these things to yourself, bringing them out into the light and actually reflecting on them. All right, so we do really see you this week taking some time to yourself and reflecting and meditating and really focusing on, what needs to end in my life so that I can have new beginnings coming from that energy, especially with your heart space, okay? So we'll have a look at your career here, Pisces. Okay, career. What does Pisces need to know in regard to their career, please? And what does Pisces need to know in regard to finances? Pisces and finances, please. One more for finances for Pisces. Where does that lead Pisces? Okay, and just clarify this person in Pisces' career. Is that Pisces or somebody external to Pisces? Just clarify that person in Pisces' career. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, Pisces, for your career, we have the clover, and that's followed by the fox energy. And that fox usually does talk about a person, but I have asked to clarify that, and it has been clarified by the stars energy here. So this is going to be talking about you yourself and energy that you're needing to sort of personify within your career at this time. With the clover here, we do see you surrounded by a lot of good fortune, good luck on your side at the moment with your career. Things sort of moving forward and in a lovely kind of way. It is one of the career-based cards, so it really does talk about having good fortune around you with any career choices you're making at the moment. It really does also let us know that you're able to take a bit of a chance, take a bit of a risk, and the risk that you are taking at the moment, Pisces, is on this fox energy. All right, that being clarified by the stars as well. The stars is all about your truest wishes, your true desires, having hope and optimism that you are going to obtain, the things that you do want to obtain within your career here. But with the fox energy, it's kind of showing us how to, succeed and achieve those goals for yourself here, Pisces. The fox is somebody who is very, very independent. Okay, they've got their goals and they stick to that. They're very clever, in the way that they do things and think about things. Very clever, and they tell people what people want to hear. It's somebody, it's like that salesperson energy where they really focus on the positive points and make the sale in that sort of a way, tell you what you need to hear in order for you to make the purchase. And this is what you're doing here, Pisces. You're acting quite independently, and you really have your own survival with your career as your end goal here. You have yourself as your end goal here. It is a very independent, self-sufficient kind of energy where we're looking out for ourselves and what's going to suit us the best in the long run. All right, so it can talk about, sometimes it can talk about that kind of playing games kind of energy, but in this particular spread here, I feel as though it's more playing the game of what you need to do in order to get the most out of your workplace, and so you're playing the game the way that it's structured, and you're making the most out of the way that the policies are, and you're taking advantage of the things within your career that you can take advantage of, and you're not doing it in a negatory kind of way. Pardon me. It's not manipulative at all. It's just really got your best interests in heart here, and you're doing what you need to do, saying what you need to say in order to make sure that you are looking after numero uno, which is yourself here. You're taking that chance to be very independent and look after yourself, be very self-sufficient. And very, very independent in where you're wanting to go as well, with those stars there that, I have this dream, I have this desire that I want to get out of this career, and I'm not going to let anything stand in my way. It's that kind of energy here. When it comes to your financial situation, Pisces, we do have the whip, okay, but that is actually followed up by the scythe. All right, and the whip tends to be a little bit more of a troublesome kind of energy. It does talk about trouble, tension, punishment, all that sort of stuff, conflict. But with the scythe there, it's kind of letting us know that there's an end, like there's a, we're having a sudden break from that conflict, from any trouble that you've been having with your finances. So you obviously know your own situation better than anyone, but whatever has been kind of troubling you about your finances, we are going to see a sudden, unexpected break happening from that trouble, from that tension, from that conflict. For some of you, this is you kind of beating yourself up about, oh, Pisces, why are you spending so much money? And you've been beating yourself up a little bit about that because it is that punishment, that guilt kind of energy with that sort of stuff. But with that scythe there, we're definitely cutting that out. Okay, we're cutting out the talking badly about ourselves with the way we're spending. We're cutting out any trouble or anything like that we've been having with our finances. The scythe, the important thing about the scythe is it is that energy of something happening quite unexpectedly and very suddenly out of nowhere. Some stuff happens, but a lot of the time, people do forget that the scythe, it is the symbol of, harvest. So it's like, we can't harvest the wheat and process that into flour if we don't first, come along and cut all that wheat. So the field all of a sudden looks totally bare and barren. But, the parts you don't see is what that actually leads to, that's actually harvesting and creating new, from cutting out all this past energy, cutting out the wheat. You can't have flour if you don't cut that wheat down and take advantage of that at the right time, harvest that at the right time. So that's exactly what's sort of happening here is we're harvesting that energy. You're cutting out all that negative energy within your financial systems. Any conflict that you've been involved in, any guilt, any shame, any tension that you've had to do with finances, it's all getting cut out here, and it's actually helping you create harvest. It's kind of that energy I'm getting, especially with the clover there too, where you're able to take some sort of, risks with your career at this time. For some of you, it's kind of like, knowing the right time to cut your losses here and cutting and breaking free from something financially at the right time, and it's kind of letting us know that now is the right time to make that cut and back out of that while you still can, kind of energy before it goes downhill. So it's kind of harvesting something at the right time. It does feel like for a lot of you, for some of you where this is maybe related to like an investment that you've been having your hopes pinned on here, it's just been causing you a little bit of trouble, a bit of conflict about, oh, when do I cut free from this, and when do I take my investment back out again? And it's kind of letting you know that it is now the right time for you to cut that out and move forward into the change that is coming from that cut, that break. We do have that followed up by the letter as well. So we are seeing some clear communication coming through about this sudden break free, this sudden cutting, this sudden change that's coming through here for you financially. There is going to be some sort of communication that is, relatively clear to you that it is communication. So I do feel for a lot of you that is, it can be paperwork, it can be, I feel like for a lot of you it is paperwork or some sort of letter saying that, oh, you finally paid off that debt. You finally, something along those lines coming through here, that all of a sudden you're not held to, that you're finally reaping the harvest of putting in all that hard effort in the past, and you are receiving some sort of clear communication. I do just keep wanting to sort of go like this, and something that you can physically hold and see does seem to be the communication majority of you are getting here. But it can also be emailing, texting, talking in line, online or in person as well, some sort of communication. For some of you it may even be even just having that conversation with yourself, like, that's it, Pisces, you need to cut this out and really focus on this and this. So especially when we're seeing you up in that tower, really needing to, rebuild foundations about the way that you're loving yourself and all that sort of stuff. For some of you, that may actually all be part and parcel. All right, but we'll have a look at romantic love. Romantic love for Pisces. Romantic love for Pisces, please. Romantic love for Pisces. One more. Romantic love for our Pisces. Okay, so we do have the surrender card. That one does say, at times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and it will all work out. So for some of you, that coffin energy we spoke about initially with that heart right next to it. Pardon me. I've still got a horrible cough. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and it will all work out. So once again, that's that death and rebirth, that brand new love energy coming in for you, but needing to, close the door on some old energy before we can. All right, so surrender and let go. We also have the secret admirer card. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. So interesting, Pisces. There is somebody here in your energy that they do have romantic feelings towards you. I feel like for a lot of you kind of presume that this person is just a friend, but they do actually have some deeper feelings. I'm kind of getting the energy that for some of you, this person doesn't even realize that that's what's even going on for them. They just think they're thinking that you're just a good friend as well, but they're not actually realizing that what they're having is they're actually developing actual feelings for you here. So it's secret. I feel like it's secret from both of you at the moment, but there is sort of that sense of deeper feelings starting to develop, and they just haven't actually recognized that yet. Interesting. Okay, you're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course, Pisces. Leave a comment if you want to go in the draw for that free personal reading. But hopefully I'll see you all soon.